Hey, good morning. An interesting question was asked in the video 53, which I just published a few days ago, about agile. And I was criticizing agile there, saying that it's a recipe for disaster if you are a project sponsor. If you are a programmer, it's a great mechanism of fooling your management. But if you are the management, it's a problem. And then Sharon is asking me, what's the alternative? What can you do in your project if you are not ready to apply microtasking? You know, I'm a big fan of microtasking, and my first recommendation, of course, is come to Zerocracy and work with us, and we're going to build you a team of remote developers, freelancers, and they will do the right work for you and you will be happy. But if you're not ready for that, what do you do? And that's the question. If you have a team of 8 people and you still want to do the development right, but you're not ready for microtasking. My answer is that, well, I don't have an answer actually. I don't know exactly how you're going to do that, but I have to say that you need to find a way to control programmers. And I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Palo Alto about a year ago with my friend, and we were talking to investors, and I was using this word control to explain them how Zerocracy actually controls the process of software development. And he told me, stop using that word. It doesn't sound right in the Silicon Valley. They don't like to hear that. They don't want to know that you are going to control programmers. Controlling people is abusive. That's what he told me. Use something like manage people, orchestrate development, motivate them, lead them, all those things, but not control. Don't use that word because it sounds like you're abusing people, you're doing something wrong, you're enslaving programmers, all that things. And I still don't agree with that. I don't think that control is something that is abusive by definition. Control is abusive if it's hidden, if it's not obvious, if it's not explicit. That's how it becomes abusive. If you control people and control things and control your project the way that nobody understands what you're doing, that's manipulative. That's wrong. That's what people don't like. That's what everybody will be against. But if you define the system of control, if you define the mechanisms and formulas of control, which are obvious for everybody, which are explicit, which are transparent for everybody. Everybody knows what's going on. They know the rules of work. They know the principles which define who is right, who is wrong, who gets the reward, who gets the punishment, when things happen right, when things happen wrong. If you define it properly, then everybody will be happy. What happens in most cases, and this is what agile is giving us, is the lack of principles, is the lack of formulas, lack of rules. Agile just says, just work and be happy and satisfy your customer. This is a complete lack of rules, complete lack of discipline. That's what I'm against. And if you're not ready to go for microtasking, because in microtasking you will get an extreme control formula. You will have to control everything down to the very little detail, and everybody will be absolutely happy about that. But if you're not ready to go for that, then you need to invent your own controlling formula. You need to invent your own way to reward and punish programmers, to control what they're doing. Do it the way you can do it, but do it. That's how you get a better management framework. I don't know what exactly is the right framework. I would suggest rational unified process. At least read about that. It's a pretty large framework, but you have to read it and study it just once. You will understand the key roles in the project, the key processes that have to be there somehow. Just study it and try to apply it to your own project. But it's not the framework which matters, it's the control that matters. If you can establish the control and make that control visible for everybody and acceptable by everybody, you're gonna win. So control is the bottom line. Don't be afraid of this word. I'm not afraid of it. You should not be afraid to. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.